the power of the elemental forces of nature embodied in an object or a person, or as the Maori people would refer as mana. My name is Robin. I got the opportunity to come with my good friend Lex to New Zealand to shoot a promo for his expedition company. After a long time away from home, family and friends, my anxieties started to take over and I was close to a depression. But I saw this as a challenge I had to do. I'm not overly spiritual, but something in the mountains changed my life.
We're travelling into the unknown and we're going somewhere where there's not instant gratification, where we are aware that we have no control.
Yeah, so I think the first day was the hardest. We walked for hours, it was cold, we were wet.
Everything's wet, we're having an apple for dinner.
And we even lost track of our path. But it was a good feeling when we finally found the hut. Yeah.
I think we all get to feel this feeling where our expectations or our vision doesn't eventuate in reality. And I think that that is pretty much the definition of frustration.
We're about to go up to the peak here today.
You know, we can plan to go over this ridge or go over this river, and then the nature can have other plans for us. The river is flooded or the ridge is impassable.
The weather is changing now, so it starts to snow. And we decided to not go up to the peak. I saw it as a failure, a big failure. I am a bit pissed actually. Wasn't really my plan to come all the way out here to sleep in a cabin for 2 days. And I also thought that like the trip was over there. Didn't reach the peak. We're gonna be in this valley for 2 more days and then we just like going home. We continued our journey, but the bad weather made us spend most of the time in the tent, so we decided to go back to civilization. The last day, Lex sent me out by myself to shoot some extra B-roll before going back to Australia. I was driving to the mountains and I was doing as I always do, listen to loud music and just avoid thinking about how I feel. And when I was driving into the valley, the radio died. I couldn't turn it on again.
Mana. I was in some pretty emotional turmoil at the time. I was going through an identity crisis on a couple of different levels actually. I lost my career, I lost access to my children, my marriage had fallen apart. I didn't know what I was looking for. All I knew was that I was basically on a search and rescue mission for myself. I took myself out and I had a map and a compass, and I also took with me the will to live. Some people were concerned about me going out there and they asked if I planned on coming back, like if it was a trip that I was just going to go and
Just coming back.
Yeah, to not come back. And for me, I was going to live. I was going to go put myself in a situation where I was the only person that could help me through that, where there was no one there to tell me, you're doing a good job, you're going in the right direction. I was just tangled in those thoughts of everyday life, and I wanted to go back to the primal instincts. And that was when I first started to feel the exchange. And I cried, I howled, I screamed. You know, I was out there and it was, I howled under the moon in this valley just by myself. And you're free.
These things should be like, yeah, I reached the top. You know, beautiful views and stuff, but this is something else.
for my grandmother. It was the only thing I found that I had in color.
I think the mountain respected you and it respected your sacrifice. And then you going out there on your own was like the final thing where there was that exchange.
So I finally reached the top, and things that seemed impossible seems a little bit more possible.